Okay, okay. Well, another big show that's based on drug dealing is the BMF show. Have you had a chance to check that out at all?
Nope.
Not interested in it at all?
Not interested at all.
Well, I guess they had a scene in a documentary where it says you and Big Meech met. Did you guys ever meet?
I didn't know that. I don't know. I don't remember ever meeting Meech. I heard about Meech. First time I heard about Meech is when they got arrested. And Wendy Day had wrote me and asked me if I would start corresponding with him while he was down. And that was the first time that I ever knew that we had any contact.
And so you helped him with his case a little bit, or?
Yeah, I just gave him some advice on how to be in jail, what to deal with and how you should be thinking and what you should be looking at. Just stuff like that there, just some heads up, basically.
And did you guys continue a relationship after that when you got out?
Yeah, we did, up until my PO told me that I couldn't take calls from jail no more.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. They took me back to court and they said I was getting like 200 or 300 calls a month from jail. And we're not allowed to associate. When you're on parole, you're not allowed to associate with convicted felons. So they really could have violated me, but the judge refused to violate me. She was like, shit, he been in jail a third of his life. That's probably all he know. So she just told me to stop taking calls. She gave me a week to let everybody know that I couldn't take calls no more. And then after that, I couldn't take no more calls.
I feel like the way that they're doing it with BMF is kind of like the way they should have did it with you. Like the way he's involved and it's his story and his story got sold and everything's kind of ran through him, That was kind of like what I kind of visioned, like it should be done for you.
Yeah, if they'd have did it like that, maybe I might have been willing to work with them. Yeah. I would have wanted to be a part of it. But now they gotta pay big money now with my story. Once this movie hit, they're gonna have to pay big money.
That's what's up. Yeah. Man, I'm looking forward to it, man. You got me hyped about it. I'm like, this is gonna be the real story.
The script is sick.
Yeah.
Now they gotta put it on film now. They got to take it off that paper and put it on film. If they can do that, what I told you LA Times say about the book? It's like a Scorsese movie. And he one of the best that ever did it.
Yeah, Scorsese's dope. If you get like a Scorsese type of, oh hell yeah. That's what's up.
Check out the article in LA Times.
So they do a story on you. And that talk to me a little bit about the story.
Well, they had a book fair down at USC a couple weeks ago. Like I said, April 11th, I guess it was, or 12th or something like that. And they had my book in there. I was at the tennis courts, and I didn't think nobody there really knew who I was. And this white lady whose son plays, at the courts where my kids play at, and she came up to me and she was like, LA Times just did a story about you, about your book. And, first thing I said, no, you talking about the rapper. Because I'm like, ain't no way, they don't know nothing about my book. My book ain't sold in no stores. And then she was like, no, it's you. I said, no, it ain't me. And she pulled it up and she was like, ain't this you? This is you. And I was like, damn, that is my book. So I was like totally caught off guard because I knew eventually that my book was going to bleed in the mainstream, because I knew that if whatever the street dudes are doing, everybody else want to do. Whatever clothes they wear, what kind of cars they drive, everybody pick up. And, my book has been selling to street cats. Street cats have bought my book, have made my book the success that it is right now. And I appreciate them, supporting me. they wanted me to win. They wanted their boy to win.
That's dope shit. I mean, they put it on there for free. That had to have been huge publicity for you.
And
man.
I didn't even ask them to do it.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah, so it was good. I ain't noticing the book sales yet, but just the look was all right.
Growing up, what was it that made you go into more selling drugs than like into the actual hardcore street life?
Well, I was running from poverty. The guys with street life, they run into poverty. I wanted the money, the cars, the girls.
Growing up, I assume, you probably seen other people doing it big, and that's what kind of influenced you?
Well, when I saw the movie Superfly is really what really planted the first seed that I had. And I didn't come back to the hood really. When in my teens in high school and stuff, I really wasn't in the hood. I lived there, I slept there, but when I came home, it was dark. When I got off the bus, it was nighttime. I went in the house, took a bath, ate, and went to sleep. Got back up the next morning, 6 o'clock, got on a bus, and went back to Dorsey High School to play tennis. So I really wasn't in the hood until after my tennis career was over. So around that time, I was old enough to be able to think about what decisions I was going to make. And then, we grew up with dudes that eventually became Bloods. So I went to school with Bloods and Crips. But now because one stayed at this particular part of town and the other one stayed in this particular part of town, they didn't get along. And I never experienced that with neither one. So they both were still my friend, and I remembered where it was when I left in junior high school.
What do you think would have happened if you wouldn't have been going and playing tennis and leaving the hood
I'd have
every
been
day?
a Crip, without a doubt. Tennis saved my life. I probably would have been a hardcore Crip. One of my partners just got out, from doing 45 years. Another one just got out, did 35 years. And those are guys that I hung out with in elementary and junior high school. And by the time they was 18, 19, they were doing long times for senseless murders or a suspicion of senseless murders. I can't say that they actually did the murders because I wasn't there, but they was charged with doing, murders that executional style murders and stuff.
And this was in the 70s, 80s? Early 80s?
Yeah, 70s, 80s.
I seen somewhere your mom bought you some red shoes and you begged her to take them back.
Yeah, when I was in junior high school at Bret Hart.
So for people who don't live in LA or haven't lived in LA, and especially during that time, what was it like, because you lived in a Crip neighborhood, right?
Yep. I went to a Crip junior high school, a Crip elementary school.
What would it have been like walking down the street with some red shoes on at that time?
Well, if you wasn't somebody that they knew, you probably gonna get beat up. But by me being from over there and they knew me, I was Red Shoes Dugan.
Okay. So they didn't really sweat you too hard. They didn't really mess with you.
That was enough. Red Shoes Dugan? Man, come on, man. Everybody at the school calling you Red Shoes Dugan? That's bad. Man, I drug those shoes. I drug them. I couldn't wait till the soul wore out of them.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
No, you didn't want to go to Bret Hart with no red shoes on back then.
Yeah, do you see a lot of other people get beat up for having red shoes on?
I done saw Bloods that come there and they get run off the campus. Yeah, they didn't stay at Bret Hart long. The younger they are, the worse it is. When they're young, they be even worse. Juvenile hall is worse than the penitentiary. Because them youngsters, they can't control all that energy. They just let it go. Like Tracy, they
Yeah.
say Tracy was one of the worst penitentiaries it was.
Okay. Is that for younger people, or I don't know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Tracy was like for people like 18, 21. You know, just before, because they didn't really like putting, you know, young boys up in no maximum security penitentiary. You know, that ain't really safe for them. So they would put them in these little like youth authority, but you know, where they get up to 21 years old. I never been there. I just heard the stories.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.